the show here. Hello, stream. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, I hate you. Darn it, Will! You completely ruined it! No! I hate you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to T.I.N episode 5. What? What you
Show.
The Truman Show? No, this is my intro. This is my intro,
good
dude.
Afternoon, good
Sounds
evening.
like
And
an
in case
outro
I
now.
don't see you, good night.
I've never even seen the Truman Show, but okay, that's fine. It's okay, Gary. Don't link it to me either, because I don't need any more distractions. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a great show. I can already tell. Hello, everyone. Welcome to T.I.N episode 5, and we have our full lineup this week. We do have Shriggs here on my right, or stream left.
Hello.
Hello. We have Tyremus on the bottom right-hand corner.
Woo!
Yeah! And we have Thundaga or Wave in the
Hey, guys.
below me. Yep. So, oh my goodness, it's been a crazy week, guys. There's no more full-time beta in WIldStar, which makes everyone sad. But we've actually been able to get outside.
It was
Not
so
sad.
sudden.
Not
It was
sad.
just so sad. Yeah, Gary's like, I get to do things. I have a social life again. Yeah.
I found
I
other
have-
ways to deal with it.
No,
on
no,
having
no, no.
beta.
I have 2 months to plan my wedding.
Well then,
That's it.
get to
And
it.
then I won't have time to plan the wedding, and it'll be what it is.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. All she has to do is hide the power cord. It works. Or your mouse.
You'll buy a new one.
You realize that in the
He
beta,
has disposable
she's
income,
level
Baz. He's not you.
32, and I'm level 26.
Well,
So
that's
think about who's gonna have to hide whose power cord and whose mouse.
if I remember correctly, that's because you whined and complained about how spell slingers were terrible, and then you re-rolled and couldn't figure out which class you
been
wanted to play.
Because they were terrible.
No, they weren't.
They got nerfed pretty hard.
They got nerfed so hard.
Aw.
pretty,
hard,
almost unplayably hard.
Hard.
Violin, buddy. That's all I gotta say. All right, so this week's topics are going to be focusing on playstyles, a little bit of lore discussion, and living in an MMO world. I like how the only note for that is .hack sign. Thank you,
You're
Shriggs.
welcome.
Hey,
We're-
we're to add to that Log Horizon and Sword Art Online.
All
We're
right.
not talking Sword Online.
No.
And Scarlet Blade.
That's okay.
Yeah,
sure.
it's got
Why
yeah,
not?
yeah, good one.
Well,
good
you
one.
know what? Let's go for broke. Digimon, Digital Monsters, and Monster Ranchers. While we're at it, that was a classic too.
I guess
Was
Hunter,
Monster Rancher in it? Did you
Hunter
know?
x Hunter, they wouldn't do a game in that one too.
Oh my God, Hunter x Hunter has the best version.
Wait. Monster Rancher was in a digital world?
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't know
I
that?
thought it was like some weird fantasy thing.
With digital people.
Well, yeah. All anime is fantasy. It's all fake, but
Just
But
let it go
I
on
didn't
this
know it was in a
tangent.
digital setting.
yeah. The way the guy got into the game is, if you remember in the first episode, I can't believe I remember this. Is
No, I didn't see the first episode.
okay. So
I watched the first episode actually. Go 3 months.
the main character is battling this tournament, and he activated his special ability right when the guy his character he's playing in the video game activates his special ability in like the fantasy universe thing. Like how Strix is paying attention, and then
WIldStar!
then he gets
Sounds like
teleported
Digimon.
in.
Digimon, they
It
have
was-
there's
it
a
was
natural
pretty much
disaster,
Digimon, yeah.
and during the natural
Yep.
disaster, all the kids get sucked into the digital universe because they get these things transported to them. They were at a camp,
Mhm.
and that's how that happened. So no, what you're talking about is the one where the kids battle with the cards, and they and the cards turn into monsters. And they fight
No,
each
that's
other.
Yu-Gi-Oh, dude.
No, not
See, you
Yu-Gi-Oh.
could-
There's another one.
Then
Duel
no,
Masters?
that's Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, Dungeon
So
Masters,
much
yeah.
WIldStar in this episode.
Yes, WIldStar.
Welcome to 10. This is the show where we occasionally talk about WIldStar, I promise. Alrighty, so Shriggs, how was your week? What have you been playing?
Pretty good. I went to my cousin's wedding over the weekend.
Why do you have a razor?
Oh, I need to cut myself while I'm not in the beta.
Oh, okay. That's
But
creepy.
yeah, so I went to my cousin's wedding. It was awesome. I had tons of food and crawfish.
And beer.
Yeah. Binged on, like, I've been playing Fire Emblem Awakening, like, off and on for the past couple of weeks. Like, yeah, I like this game. I just played that non-stop in the car and playing. I was like,
I'm not thinking about that.
congratulations. When's the baby coming? Yeah, is that what we're here for?
Yeah,
okay, good.
yeah,
Damn it, Crumb, get your.
yeah. So the Fire Emblem game is amazing. You should play it if you guys have a 3DS. It's such a great
The
game.
day after the wedding, my cousin got a call. We find out that her cousin died.
Oh, that's
So it's like,
terrible.
we went from woohoo party. Oh, this day
Wow.
is terrible now.
Way to like
Great day.
completely wow, thank you.
Great day picked.
Yeah.
All right, so Thundago, what have you been playing this week other than Dark Souls 2?
No, it's it. Dark Souls
Dark
2,
Souls
man.
2.
I beat the
Dark
game
Souls,
a few days
do you,
ago.
do you even
and,
Dark Souls, bro? Baz.
No, I don't.
Answer.
I don't own the
I'm not-
game.
I got that on my Moonlight Greatsword. I beat the game a few days ago. I'm like, and I'm almost up to the 200s.
Wow.
I'm not on New Game Plus yet
Nice.
because I'm trying to kill every enemy in the game.
Very
permanently.
cool. Very cool. All right. Tyremus, what about yourself? What have you been playing this week?
Playing this week. Housework.
That's fair.
So this
Joyce, I've been
weekend
doing
is
that one too.
this weekend is 100% free.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I've been kind of hanging out. I've been tinkering with the website stuff. And yeah, I don't know. That's about it.
Cool. All right. All right. I recently just beat South Park: The Stick of Truth this past week.
Nice.
Shriggs, you will love it. It is amazing. I'm not sure how far you're in yet, but
Actually, I
I'm,
haven't had much time to play it. I've been doing lots of art and design stuff.
all right.
I'm gonna be holding out for tomorrow because that's when Second Son releases. So
Yeah.
then I'm gonna
Cool.
be playing that and WildStar.
Is that a Superman game?
No, kind of.
Dang it. Well, I mean, if you think about it, he is pretty much Superman, but that's okay. Alrighty, so let's move on to the first topic of this week is going to be play styles. It's been a very interesting experience to play the game with my normal play style that I'm used to. It's like the assassin type of class, and then we got I like like a shaman type of healer. And the only thing I've been really focusing on so far is my stalker class, and just kind of trying to really get into PvP and just kind of really prepare for when the game launches. And that's been really, really challenging because it's a completely different playstyle than your normal like rogue thief type of class. It's not like stun lock, the target's dead, no skill. It's really kind of back to, well, it's not all the way back to the vanilla WoW because back then it was even less skill and you could kill people naked, but that's beside the point. I mean, it's really, you have to grab all the amps that are really perfect for PvP, which we'll get to in just a little bit here. And then you have to kind of design your character around, okay, this class does this class does this. I need to figure out a completely different build that involves killing PvE monsters a little bit easier and still being able to take out players. And I think that it really kind of challenges your play style and challenges the way that you actually play this game. Shriggs, I'm going to start with you. What has been the overall most challenging thing that you have experienced so far that really kind of challenges your style of play in a normal MMO setting?
I believe it would be coping with the fact that when I hit level 50, 3 level 30s could possibly kill me out in the world.
That was dope.
I was thinking when Baz brought the topic of playstyle, we would have to talk about this.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It was me, Baz, and Tyremus out in White Vale, and we were looking for some exiles to kill, and we run across this one dude. And it's like, yes, we gotta get him. We finally found one. And when I get up to him, Baz is like, dude, he's level 50. I was like,
we were in for the pound at that point.
Yeah, we were
I was
like, just go for
don't
it.
turn it back now. He sees us.
Yep, just go for it. Just go for it. It was
Fight
amazing.
This guy like a raid boss, and we beat him.
The coolest thing was I was rolling. I was at level 26 at the time, and Baz was level 30. I think Shriggs, you're 34, 32, and I'm rolling in, and I have a DPS build, but I have a medic with my primary actuator builder as a mission,
Right.
so I can heal with that, and then I have flash heal, and it was like just enough. It was a lot of fun. It was cool.
Like,
I did not expect us to pull off enough DPS to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was in TeamSpeak with our friends at RivalCastMedia.com, home of my webcomic, A Brief Cake. And I gave them this question. in World of Warcraft, if 3 level 30s attacked a level 60 character, who would win? Everyone gave the same answer. Yeah, level 60
Level
would
60.
destroy them easily. He probably wouldn't even take damage.
No, well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They
so
wouldn't-
true. It's so true. In any other game that we have played in an MMO setting, at least the ones I've
They
played
make it so when
personally.
you hit the max level,
Yeah.
you are basically a god to anyone who's not max.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you're just like, okay, cool. Look at all these level 20s. I mean, I kind of go back to like taking my old rogue from World of Warcraft in the is it Hammerfall and the like Hammerfall South Shore area. And just being able to just completely demolish people, and they'd try and gank you, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's cute. Okay, I'm just gonna kill everybody." But like in WildStar, it was just this. I wish we had it recorded. None of us had any recording equipment on at the time. We were
I
like,
thought you
"Dang
were
it!"
streaming us.
No, we weren't.
Someone was streaming. Was
Now,
it?
I have to ask.
Yes.
Was he a spell slinger?
I don't
He was
think
a
I
medic.
streaming it.
Oh ho.
Because
Yeah.
one of us was streaming with people.
I was streaming a bunch that weekend, but I don't think I was streaming at that point.
We gotta find this thing.
I don't think we have it on tape.
Ah!
I mean, it was just one of those experiences where it was literally a raid boss, but you were fighting. Shut up. You were actually fighting someone else controlling the raid boss, and just being able to take that down. It felt fantastic.
Now, I have a question.
yes.
Did it say 50 or did it say skull?
It said 50.
It was 50.
It was a player. It was a player.
Make no mistake, he dodged a lot in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's possible this is on tape.
Really?
Yeah, let me.
I knew one of us was doing
That's
something.
awesome.
Yeah, I got it. Here we go.
Okay, so
Okay.
Gary, after the
Oh,
show's done, highlight that, and I will I'll give you either my YouTube or you can upload it to your YouTube, and I'll emblem that and whatnot. So very cool.
It starts at
I'll teach you how to highlight stuff after the show. So anyway,
Teach him how to Dougie.
oh my gosh. Anyway, so just the amount of awesome that all three of us were able to actually complete that task, and having that play style kind of challenged a little bit was just really, really cool, because normally you see a level 50, you're like, oh my gosh, I better run, I better get out of here because you're screwed. Not in this game. Like you literally can take down high level players as a group, not one versus one. They'll demolish you. I've tried a couple times. I think I've taken them down to like 10%, like after I've stunned and stuff. But they just have more HP and more abilities and amps and stuff than you do. So they're eventually going to kill you. Gary, what was your initial thoughts while this fight was happening?
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty good. We were having a lot of fun, and I just didn't expect to take them down, like do any damage at all. But like the numbers started clicking up when I was shooting them, which is something I just really was surprised about. I was expecting to just take no damage.
Oh no, yeah, I think
Or like I couldn't do anything. Right?
Yeah, I think all three of us were really expecting that.
Yeah.
Tyrus, my next question to you is, what has been the most surprising challenge to your style of play in this game so far?
So I bought one of these mice a long time ago. I have a M90 Corsair mouse, and I normally button press on the keyboard, and
Yes.
I'm totally content with that. I'm not comfortable with that while playing this game. Something I never ever use, and I usually rebind, is Q and E. I usually rebind those to like spells, and then I play with just running around and using my look to turn myself. So I double tap the two mouse buttons to switch my point of view. But now I use Strife like nothing else. I will Strife and run around in circles.
You mean strafe?
Whatever. Strife.
No, strife and strafe are two completely different things, sir. Strife is like a word. It's not strafe.
They're both words.
I know they are, but they mean completely different things.
Okay, so so I've rebound all of my spells to my mouse now, so I can cast everything on the mouse. So that was a huge learning curve. And it took me the whole month of month and a half of like playing to really get that down and remember all the button presses on the mouse and like change over to that. I would highly suggest getting a multi-button MMO mouse for this game. You need control.
See, and that's where I would actually disagree with you. I mean, again, this is all just personal play style. Like, I use a 5-button mouse. I have 2 side buttons on my mouse, and then I use my keyboard and everything else for everything, for all my other key bindings. So, like, I don't think it's necessary to have an MMO gaming mouse. I think it's just whatever the user is comfortable with.
That's just wrong.
Okay, whatever, Shrigs. Why am I wrong?
Because
Exactly, yeah.
stuff, dude, and you gotta be straight.
I don't disagree.
How do you not have the same problems as Tyremus?
Because
no, I don't disagree with that.
I'm a better person.
Christina was taking out people and having fun PvPing on her stalker, and she does not have an MMO mouse. She's got an FPS mouse. So.
That's it.
Yeah.
Baz doesn't have to aim stuff. He's a stalker.
No, actually, Stalker and Spellslinger and Esper are the 3 classes that you really have to aim stuff with.
Yeah, but you have to get up behind their ass.
Yeah. I like a little bit slower of a playstyle though. Like you're stealthing, going in, doing your things, and then maybe stealthing again, going around and doing your things. Like whereas like I found I could not stand and take hits, and people target medics. You just like they look at you and they're like, that guy heals.
See, this is one of the few times I'm going to agree with Baz. I have 2 buttons on my mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I mean, like,
and we know how those duels went here. On my medic.
Yeah, that's true. You face rolled me. So.
I mean, like, as far as mice are concerned,
in Tyremus's defense, you were a medic.
Well,
it's true, but I was also 6 levels lower than him.
Yeah.
I mean, still a medic.
I mean, it really comes down to player skill and what you're comfortable with. Now, like, WIldStar is considered kind of a twitch shooter almost because of the telegraph system, because of where you have to aim all your skills. I mean, it's essentially like Smite in a way, but 100 times better.
That's exactly what I compare it to.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if you have first-person skills and you're good at first-person shooters, you're generally going to be good at WIldStar because you have that fast twitch reaction response. But if you're not good at multiple keyboard pressing buttons at the same time, you're gonna have a hard time for a while until you really kind of get like understand the basic combat like style of combat.
Yeah. Totally played my game though, or totally changed my game. Like I'm normally like the kind of guy that like if I'm a little tired or like I don't really feel like it, I won't even button press. I'll click the screen.
Can't do that in this game.
Not an option in this game. Like
no.
They have the buttons and you can click them, but that's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, it's essentially like trying to ride a bike, but you don't have any eyes or something. I don't know.
Whoa.
No. It's like trying to ride a bike, but your handlebars are covered in thorns.
There we go. Okay, there we go. I was trying to like relate riding a bike, and I could
wear gloves, man.
Yeah, wear metal gloves.
Yeah, that's what we have the MMO mouse for. These are our gloves.
Or I think skills is
I would also like to say that welcome to everybody in the channel. This is the first time we've had 20 people in here.
Woo! This is cool.
Second
time.
First
first one, but we had keys.
Yeah, first one, but we had cool stuff to give away. We don't this time, but all right. So is
us?
Yeah,
we're cool.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Well, if you guys want in on the beta this weekend, I know a really easy way to do that.
Yeah, just pre-order, man. Just it's...
Pop in $5 at your local game store.
Well, Shrigs,
and then apparently convince the clerk as well.
Shrigs, did they give you your code yet?
I don't know. I have to check with them.
Dude, the beta starts tomorrow. You realize this, right?
Well, aren't I still out because I was past 32?
Oh well,
yeah,
you are. Yeah, so you don't care.
I
don't have to worry about it.
Well,
I bought my game through the website.
Yeah, so did I. The only thing that I'm not sure is if you get all the other bonuses that it comes with, like you actually get to pre-register your name and stuff.
GameStop usually does that bull crap, so I'll just...
All right, so yeah. Anyway, Thundaga, what was your initial impression of the difference in play style, and how were you challenged by this?
I wasn't.
Okay, whatever, mister.
no, but honestly, the hardest. I picked Explorer, so that was my path, and I picked Medic, obviously. So that's the first real healer I've ever played besides the Disciple of Cain from Warhammer.
Okay.
and it was quite interesting healing in a very active environment. It was very challenging learning how to heal in a PvE environment.
Yes.
The PvP environment was actually a lot easier to heal in because like people actually they were dodging so much that sometimes they would dodge into my heals because I'm always close range. And
Right.
the PvP was really fun. So like honestly, just learning how to heal correctly with a melee medic class in this game has been the hardest thing for me.
Okay. And how did you overcome that hurdle? Was it just through like sheer amounts of practice, or was there like one key factor that was like, oh, I finally understand this now?
There's two big points. One, I ran that one first dungeon like over 40 times by myself.
Okay.
So like I learned how to heal and DPS in a lot of different situations. Honestly, in many situations that we weren't supposed to win in, like when the boss respawned 3 times in a row in Kill Varoth, and the mines and all that stuff. So that's one thing. And the other thing was getting to a certain level. Actually, when I got to the point where a mission became much more efficient as a healing spell, because I was mainly running out of focus. People were taking too much damage. So once I got to a certain level, it got a lot easier too.
Okay. Someone's asking in chat, does it make dodging in a diagonal more difficult? Like
You don't really dodge diagonals, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay.
What you do is or what I do is I hold both buttons on my I hold both buttons on my mouse, aim in the direction I'm gonna dodge or perpendicular to it, depending if I'm dodging forward or backwards or left or right, and then I dodge in that direction.
See, originally I had it set up to like old school Unreal Tournament where you just double tap the directions, but I found that to be too many key presses during like the heat of combat. So what I did is I set it to my V key, and then whatever direction key I tap, I dodge. So I hold down V and I do it that way. I also tried a couple different ways with the mouse buttons, but I needed to free those up a little bit. Another thing, while we're on the subject of key bindings, is I was really disappointed with the lack of options that you could really bind things to, as far as the breakout gameplay key, the sprint key, and a couple of other keys that were like bound to certain aspects of the game itself. Like I can't use shift 1 through 4 anymore. If it's bound to sprint and you hold down shift, you start sprinting no matter what other button you press.
See, I think that's partially because of how stun works right now, though. I think everyone's really, for reference, everyone is really unhappy with how the stun specific breakout mechanic, because all you do is you spam a button and it takes about 20 key presses to get out of the decent ones.
Yeah. I mean, whereas the other stuns, if you're looking at like if you're knocked down, if you have a knockdown, it's almost useless in PvP, because to get out of it, you double tap.
Well, that's not true.
Well, it's not useless because you
make the waste dodge.
Yeah.
First of all, they take at least it's like a half-second stun guaranteed, and if they've wasted all their dashes, it's a full stun.
Yep.
And it's usually a lower cooldown as well.
Yeah.
Knockdowns are good.
Yeah.
But stuns are terrible. Stuns are terrible right now. They need to. Everyone agrees they need to fix it, but Carbine honestly doesn't seem to know what to do with it.
Well, I mean,
Saul here is asking about the control. Like I use they have control in alt mapped tier 1 through 10 or whatever, right? And I actually find I had to unmap alt because that's my push to talk. I use it for my thumb. It's
really
easy. Yeah,
I use Grave.
Hands free, bro. Hands free.
No, I do not like to have.
Considerate about background noise.
Some of us like to not have everything be broadcasted.
But see, if you use TeamSpeak, you can set it to where only the sound of your voice actually goes through, and if you're quiet, you can set it to where your breathing doesn't go through, but once you start talking, it goes.
Yeah.
But some of us live fun and illicit lives, though, Baz. I mean, you don't want to. I can't like.
The last thing I need is to forget to leave a channel, and then I'm like in the bedroom.
Oh, Gary. Oh. Yeah, exactly.
Baz is like that every night, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
This is how the PvP always
during
goes.
During our dungeons, he takes a 5-minute break and goes, oh, and it's the most awkward moments is when his wife calls out some other dude.
Jeez, you went there. Okay, then. So, I'm not really sure where to go after that one, Triggs. I appreciate that.
After she called out Tyr, he decided to make a name after that. That solved that problem.
Oh my gosh, I hate you guys. All right, so going on to more some more playstyle discussions. Melee and ranged. How have you guys found that this is extremely different than a standard MMO? Shrigs, we'll start with you.
I've been playing the engineer class.
Mhm.
Actually played a lot of the classes. I wish I had delved more with the warrior. It's actually I got to level 15 with the warrior, and it's pretty freaking different. Oh, what is this, Baz? What did you just link in chat?
I didn't link anything in chat.
Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
do no.
Okay. But yeah, playstyles. It's actually fundamentally different how it's in other MMOs. What?
We
What's
broke
going
him.
on here?
It's done. We're done. We broke him.
Okay, let me see.
GG guys, no re.
Stop
that'd be good,
linking
Shonen,
things in
wouldn't
our
it?
Skype chat.
GG no re. How would that for a show name,
Okay.
guys?
Okay. But yeah, range and melee fundamentally different than other MMOs. It's actually different to play a melee class over a range class, like especially with an engineer over other melee classes. Because with the engineer, you got some pretty long range, some wide arcs, but your movement because your movement is slowed. Yeah, fumbling all over words.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Have they made some changes to that recently?
They have not.
I thought they did. For your ultimate, for example. Or,
Well, yeah, that changes it a little bit.
Yeah, so that's they're making it better. 'Cause
Uh,
on-
we have video, but we don't get to see Baz until he hits the stream, and I'm sorry.
I know.
I just watched him like leave his chair.
I'm back now. Stop linking things in chat.
I like to compare the spell slinger to the mage though a lot for WildStar to World of Warcraft. 'Cause
That's fair.
I played mage a lot, right?
Yeah.
And you cast a spell and you're waiting for them to resist if you miss, right?
Right,
In this game though, it's if you actually hit them,
right.
and then there's a
Yeah.
small dice roll. But like
That's
that's
another
like
thing.
that's
a lot
the
of
main
our
thing
abilities
to
have
do.
travel times.
Yeah.
Like with the engineer, you have rockets that you can shoot from your gun, and they have actual travel times, and people can get out of the way of them if they're quick enough,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or if you just suck at aiming.
Yeah, that.
And you'll watch it go across the field and hit some place out in the middle of nowhere, and you just don't get to have that ability for 8 more seconds.
And then you aggro Metal Maul and just go, oh crap.
Yeah.
I just hit Metal Maul. I'm so screwed.
Even if you're not in Daradun, he just aggroes for no reason.
Yeah, he just shows up in White Veil. Hey, what's up? Bang! He kills you. Yeah.
Did you call?
Previous offer of friendship is null and void. Are you not going to play this weekend, Calm Man? Calm Man, have you pre-ordered? Are you ready? Would you like to play with us?
Are you ready?
Look
We've
at
been playing
this.
on the Nexus server so far, by the way, guys. For reference.
Yeah. If anybody wants to play with us, and it's going to be this weekend, we're on Nexus.
I
That's
don't know if that's gonna be where we end up, but that's where we have been.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
only server available.
yeah, but that might change tomorrow.
You don't know. There
because-
might be people in Europe watching
Because
us.
it depends on how much
What does that have to do with anything?
they're on a
You're
different
anything.
server.
Look at my post. Click on that link.
No.
You can play in beta tomorrow. If you pre-order the game, you get in beta. You can go to the
Yes.
website. On top of that, there's a Logitech competition that just got way more keys. If you want to go onto Facebook and do their thing and see if you can get a key.
Also, I do have one extra. So if you guys don't get any by tomorrow, hit me up on Twitter @Bazile, and I will. I'll give you one. So, okay. So, Tyremus, what is your take on the whole range versus melee, and how have you felt so far that they really have kind of upped the ante in this game?
Okay, well, so you play every other game, like, and I don't mean just MMOs. I mean like every
Right. Yeah,
other
that's fair.
game.
Mhm.
And you put on armor, and it makes you tougher, but really it doesn't. Like you're wearing like your heavy armor or your light armor. If you're playing a game, you kind of feel like you're not really like you're as squishy or as strong as you're gonna be. This game, armor is pretty important. If you don't have strike through, or if you don't have any of the like crit chance or like things like that, and you're trying to do damage, armor really does stop that shit.
Yeah.
It stops in its tracks.
Mhm.
That's a lot different than you experience. So like if you're a build that's designed to take out, say, espers or like spell slingers, and that's what you're gonna do. Like if you're and you're like say a warrior, and then you go up against another warrior, you're gonna have a lot of hard times. They're gonna take you down.
Okay,
Go ahead, Triggs.
in the chat, Soul81 says,
Yes.
not a question I want you to bring up in the stream,
What?
but...
Well, too bad. We're gonna bring one up anyway. Striggs, what is
How
his
do you feel
question?
about the different combat options, i.e., I didn't notice queuing on an Esper, but on a Warrior I had to stop option because it felt better. So, like, you know how in MMOs you can queue up a couple attacks and then they'll chain off, like, with a Spellcaster class.
Right.
It's like, you hit one, that's charging. While it's charging, you hit another one, that one will start, like, right after the other one. With the Warrior, he feels it's better when he doesn't have that going, and he can just kind of do it on the fly.
Now,
That's because it's a quicker reaction-based
yeah.
class, guys.
well,
Yes.
also the queuing is literally for like 0.10 of a second.
Mhm.
So
No, it's more like a quarter.
really, it felt really quick.
That's
enough
because
to
you're
make
not
a
looking at it.
difference.
Oh,
No, this is important. Like the ability to buffer in commands is something that's been in MMOs for a very long time, and
right.
it's something that's honestly been kind of like finished though. So like the queue time's about as much as WoW's, to be honest.
Really
So if that feels like natural to you, WildStar's gonna feel natural to you.
interesting. All right.
Wait. I
Yes.
missed the first part of that.
So
Like another way to put it would be warriors when you spam like your normal attack, because you have to do that a lot as the warrior as opposed to some of the other classes. Sometimes you'll miss a key because you're not quite used to it, but eventually it'll feel good. So you guys don't have to worry too much.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about being a warrior. I'm actually gonna do that as my secondary character. I think their mechanic, like their consumable mechanic, is pretty sweet.
I
Their
may
rage.
change from Engineer to Warrior.
how come?
Really?
Maybe.
How come?
I was a
Shriggs?
warrior initially, but then I changed once they nerfed them. But everything got buffed again now. So
Shriggs, what is your thought process on that?
Well, I played a little bit of the Warrior while we were still in the closed beta, and I've been just kind of doing a little tussle in my mind because I've always played Warriors in MMOs. I'm like, I'm going to do something different. And with Guild Wars 2, I played an Engineer. I was like, happy with that. And then I made a Warrior, and I was like, yeah, back to this. So now I'm like, weighing the options.
you're an option. I will pick.
Thundaga, did you give your opinions on the range and melee combat yet?
No, I'd love
Okay.
to talk
Well,
more
go
about
ahead.
things.
Go ahead.
I totally did. I'm going to talk anyway. So, it's quite cool how there's the idea of melee in this game, because honestly, melee it's still ranged because it's like a range of 5 yards, and in other prevalent contemporaries it's more like 1 to 2 sometimes, or less even if you're in a really bad version. But it's kind of cool because like their melee is considered very close. Mid range is totally a thing because that's where most of the skills end up, and then there's a couple really long range ones, especially if you're
Right.
Spell Slinger. And it's really cool to see PvP combat because everybody's trying to zone everybody else out while still kind of keeping to their groups. But then everybody has like the best like escape mechanics are kind of blinky. They're kind of like dash or retreat a certain amount of
Or
distance.
jumpy.
So there's a lot of jumping going around. It's kind of nice because
Yeah.
there's a lot of skill going on because of that.
Okay. I would actually have to agree with it with kind of everyone at this point. I mean, the way that they've done it really kind of feels very, very balanced for both sides. Now, granted, I think that the melee style classes do have a harder time keeping up with the range classes right now. But that's just mainly due to the sprint mechanic that used to be in the game.
Yeah, unless you're medic, in which case you're fine.
I mean, yeah, like medics don't really matter because they're melee anyway. So
Yeah, and they don't care if they get like range, because then they just start healing.
It's like,
yeah,
if you're in Walatiki Temple and you're about to take a mask away from a medic, they're like, what the hell are you doing? Don't take the mask. Let the medic get it. He's the tank.
No, the warrior would be the tank or the engineer.
No, in Walatiki Temple, medics are way better at running masks than warriors.
I would 100% agree with that.
Tell that to my medic.
Well,
I liked killing people in the temple. I didn't like carrying the flag.
well, you know,
There's no way
yes.
for them to catch you, really. I mean, it's so easy to escape right now.
I had a lot of fun
Exactly.
with Spellslinger in the temple. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. You put in some CCs and then you run in there and you just like it's amusing.
you know, so far I found the easiest class to kill is the Esper.
Because they have to stand still.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay. So
to put them on a reticle to like sit them down and be like, hey, telegraph.
It
Done.
feels like they have the least escape mechanic. So if like a group of people go hey, let's kill that medic, or sorry, that Esper, let's
Right.
kill that Esper, then they have the least amount of like abilities to say, oh,
Yeah.
I want to get out of here.
I run into
Agreed.
a few Esper, so like on one-on-ones with my medic to Esper in the open world while I was when they had PvP week,
Mhm.
and I actually I had a couple of standoffs. Just like we both had enough heals that like neither of us were doing enough damage to each other, and it was at the point where it was just like we would get below half health, but both of us would back off for a second, and then
heal up, yeah.
it would heal up, and it kept happening. Eventually,
Honestly.
we just ignored each other because there was no.
Like,
I had a duel
It's like,
with it.
5-minute break.
I had a duel with an equal level with medic on my medic in
Mhm.
Whitevale.
yes.
My first like real PvP duel, and that lasted 30 minutes. It came down to us having to have no focus left because we had like the same builds, and it came down to 1% health,
Oh my gosh.
and then I leveled off of it.
Now,
That's
I know
amazing.
we
So
saw
what did it say? Was it like cupcake?
It was like, oh yeah, you're ridiculous now.
And you're like, yeah.
That
I'm like,
must have-
yes,
so
game.
you got
Thank
a
you.
little thing for
That must have
having
been
1% left.
really satisfying.
It's like, wow, you're really paying attention, aren't you, game?
Oh, that reminds me of when me and Baz were dueling the other day, and I beat him when he was like testing stuff, and I didn't lose any health, and he gave me something for having a perfect duel.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, that was dope. You got an
Yep.
achievement
We were like,
for
Yeah,
hit
it's
knock-
like, wait, what the hell was that? Something happened in the world. It's like,
you
Yeah.
got
you
an
guys heard that
achievement
too?
for Baz
he
sucking balls.
nice, nice. Okay, so Saul81 also asks, how have the changes to the battlegrounds changed things? Much, not at all. I.e., the caves, bigger and bigger bridge. That's actually a really good question. The bigger bridge, I feel, really kind of diminished the whole, being on the bridge kind of scare factor. I really wish that they kept it the kind of skinny, I guess, turmoil area that there was beforehand, because now a whole group can just kind of be on the bridge, and it's literally just like being on below. There was that fear of, oh my gosh, if I dash the wrong way, I'm gonna fall off. If I get knocked down, I could fall off and die or lose the mask or whatever. I don't like the bridge changes. The caves, Wave, I'm actually gonna let you answer that one because I didn't really see too much of a difference with the.
The major difference that I saw from the battlegrounds is when they finally decided to stop letting spell slingers go into the void and still capture objectives.
Oh my god, thank you so much for getting
Oh,
that. Oh,
yeah, I forgot about that one.
Because you guys used to be able to do that, and that's pretty silly. Because
Wait,
unless you're a
wait,
spell slinger,
What did they? Oh, because
That's
you always see how they go
hilarious.
into the void and then take the.
yeah,
Whoops.
spell slingers
Yeah.
have an ability which let them kind of phase into their own little zone, which other spell slingers can go into and fight. But it's essentially an escape mechanic. But it's so long at some of the higher levels that you could just go up to the objective, click your zone thing, and then click on that, and you would capture the objective before you came out of the zone.
That's hilarious.
It's kinda lame.
That's too
didn't
funny.
They fix that though? I thought
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
They did.
That's why we brought it up.
I'd
Okay,
also like to note that's like more of the other one, not Walatinki Temple. But you could also, if you're such a class like Spellslinger or even Medic, which is because this is what I was doing, is you can jump back and forth between the objective like little ledge and the main ledges with your abilities.
Oh no.
So
Well-
it used to be you just couldn't stop it.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, the game is about movement, so I think allowing things like Shadow Step and other movement abilities to actually traverse you across chasms is actually a good thing.
Overall, yeah, but in this specific instance, though, it was
Yeah.
like ridiculous.
Because like in games like Guild Wars 2, you weren't able to do that at all. Like like your character would physically have to be able to jump that gap in order for Shadow Step or some other skill to actually use that, and that like really hurt the whole movement system of the whole game. So
I hope
I'm
someone.
what?
Go ahead. Sorry. I hope someone will make like a Shaolin temple in their house for dueling,
That would be
so that you have
sweet.
to like jump around, like with like the posts, and that'd be so cool.
That would be amazing. I would definitely enjoy that.
Let's do that.
Well, that's somewhat the idea. So okay, so I think that we've covered playstyles pretty good now. Let's actually go into a little bit of lore, and I know that this is like Tyremus is
only
like
relevant to me.
like it's only
There's
relevant to
nobody else-
Tyremus.
Nobody
Okay,
else like
so-
lore.
so the basically the topic is how does lore affect you playing an MMO? Not a game in general, not like a single player game, just an MMO. Tyremus, since you are Mr. Huffy Duffy about this is your time to shine, big man.
How does it affect me playing an MMO?
Yes.
Well, it definitely makes me read a lot more. I gotta say though, like I don't RP. A lot of people are very like into the RPing stuff, and when I first was supposed to get into supposed to get into World of Warcraft with some friends, I got it near launch, and my buddy was all on an RP server. And
oh my goodness,
man, I was like, and this is like launch. So I got on their TeamSpeak or whatever the fuck it was. Then I mean, pardon my French.
Don't cuss.
Yeah, you don't hear me
like
do that
5 times.
often. You don't hear me do that often.
You were doing it like all the time earlier in the show.
No.
A lot. And in the pre-show.
Oh, in the pre-show, because I didn't realize we were live.
We're live? What?
We're live?
What?
When did this happen? We're
what?
doing a show. We're on Twitch. There's this thing called the internet.
So this happened. And I got on there, and they were talking to me as if they were characters, and then they were ignoring people if they weren't like next to each other in the game. Oh man, was it
What?
I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like, "How do I play the game?" And like, I was,
that was your first
not
experience.
not into MMOs, and I was like, and this was my first experience, and I was like, "Nope."
That sucks.
And Shriek's balls is not a cuss.
No, it's not. It's not.
So that happened. But now I gotta say for lore, now lore builds a lot on my game style in playing because it gives me investment. Now when I'm playing my character, when I'm enjoying what I'm doing when I'm playing the game, I want to have a reason to play. Like I want to have a reason to kill a bunch of zebras and only get one hoof off each one.
How many mushrabs do we have to kill before we get that like next level?
Yeah, and that has a lot to do with it. What I found though, like the most eloquently like placed lore in this game has to do with a lot of their dungeoning and a lot of their lead up to a zone and dungeoning. They have they have a lot of lore surrounding events. Like a good example would be their adventure system. The fact that you have to interact with this broken AI that allows you to do the adventures. They have a lot of you interacting with that AI throughout the whole game. So it's not like you go to the AI and that's when they introduce it to you and that's it. Now there are other quests in the game where you run into him and he's giving you quests to do stuff in the world. And if you're listening to what he's saying and how he treats you, it really kind of builds the like, okay, I'm in trouble when I'm in this side of the adventure. And I actually find that's pretty sweet. I have been trying not to read too much, and that has a lot to do with my desire to enjoy the game during launch and not be burned out ahead of time. And also, beta is beta.
Did
So
you
it's
just
the
call
young-
it beta?
I called it beta because it's the Yogscast beta thing.
I hate,
Can't wait till it's in theta.
I hate you guys.
He
Okay.
hates us so much. He
I
hates
just-
me every day.
I hate you.
I live with this hate.
Well, you know what? You're just such a troll, man. You're such a jerk.
Oh, you got called up before me. I win. Success. Done.
No! Cowboy hat!
Wait. Yeah, let's not bring the cowboy hats. Okay, so for you, Tyremus, lore is pretty much a huge kind of
Necessity.
foundation in you playing a game. Period. You really have to kind of get into the story. Okay.
A lot of the other MMOs that I have played, lots of them. The only one that I've ever played that has like a minimalistic lore to it is EVE Online, and that's the only one I've played for a long period of time. The rest of them that have had lore incontinuities and issues I've just dropped. Like I don't like Rift. I mean, it's a great game.
Rift's lore was horrible.
Mechanic wise, but the game itself was just awful.
Rift's lore was awful. It was just I did.
Rift had lore?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was like,
it
okay.
had lore, and it was the tropiest mishmash of crap.
Well, it was time travel. I was like, okay, I instantly don't care about that.
No, only
Steampunk.
if you were one
Steampunk
faction. The
time
other faction
travel.
wasn't time travel. They just get owned.
Yeah, it's just whatever. Okay, so Shriggs, how does lore affect your playstyle, if at all?
It doesn't affect me until after I'm max level.
Okay, and so do you go back and then start reading some of the backstory, or
Yes,
okay,
all of it.
so
When I played World of Warcraft, I knew everything.
well, who didn't? I mean, come on.
Okay,
I went on my-
World of Warcraft challenge. Let's go.
Oh dear,
Who
no.
was Norganon?
It's been 3 years.
Dude, it's I haven't played that game since Wrath of the Lich King, so yeah.
Norganon,
Well, it's a good thing Arthas is my hero.
yeah.
Lore.
Lore. Come on. Okay. Like, World of Warcraft has some pretty cool lore, but I gotta say that, like, their delivery system, subpar at best. I mean, like, there's so many quests in that game where it's just like, I am a shopkeeper. Do these things for me, and I may or may not give you a reward.
Okay,
I want to
question,
kill
question,
snow
qu-
leopards.
question about lore.
Mhm.
Was Norganon even mentioned in World of Warcraft at all?
Yes, via
Yeah.
a tooltip on Neltharian's ring.
Well, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it does. I
No,
mean,
it doesn't.
also
He's
in more
not.
recent
He's not.
history
He's
in
not
North
mentioned in
Pandaria.
any of the books. He's not mentioned in any
Yeah,
of.
he is.
No, he's not. Not to my.
Yeah, he is.
Which
What is
book?
he, Day of the Dragon?
Which
Yeah,
book?
No, that's a bit too old because they weren't really like showing their like super alpha lore then.
Which book?
No, like
because I want to go back and
more
read
prevalent. He's more prevalent in current WoW history because I believe he's in Mists.
it
I
then.
think he's a cata as well.
Let's see.
Ah.
He was.
Because
I
they've
have
shown a
idea
lot
what's
of, like-
going on in that expansion.
Yeah, I was about to say.
including
Yeah,
this
I like I said, I played till Wrath of the Lich King. I killed Arthas. That was the
But-
end of my lore carrying in that entire
But
game.
they've been around since WoW Vanilla.
Oh, okay, but he wasn't mentioned. The only thing that the wiki says is he was really mentioned in the Warcraft RPG book, which I do not own or play.
Which came out.
Did you
in
know
Say.
about him when you were in Vanilla?
No, he didn't. He
Me?
he probably just Googled random fact.
No, I'm actually probably a bigger lore buff than Tyr. And
Yeah,
shit.
it's probably true. That's probably true. I mean, like, I was less into lore with World of Warcraft than I was with a lot of other games.
See,
Like I love
but
how
I-
they've combined like so many different mythologies to create their little pantheon there. Like they have an Odin figure, they have a Thor figure.
do you
but
know
they're
what?
kinda
Do you know
combined
what's
with the
really
same-
cool? Is the StarCraft, Diablo 3, and Warcraft lore actually all intermingle?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Prove
How
it.
so?
There it's not official, but there is this huge like
Heroes of the Storm.
no.
Don't.
Hold on. No,
Oh my
no.
God.
So the Zelnaga are apparently like these gods that have created the human race like 3 times. So the first
they're
time
aliens.
So the first time is World of Warcraft, and they, the humans mess up again. Everything goes to hell. The second time, the humans advance to this super advanced civilization, which is StarCraft, and then they mess up again, and everything goes haywire. The gods start over, and then the third time is Diablo, where it's all doom and gloom and
So
all
at
that fun
the
stuff.
end of the next
No.
expansion
I'm
pack,
just
everyone
gonna go
dies.
with no.
You sound like one of those guys that are trying to link all of the Disney movies
that
together.
was I had this like 2-hour-long conversation with like 40 people once about this. It was like the coolest thing ever. Obviously, it's not real, but the way they linked everything
Okay,
together was
bro,
really cool.
Here's how SpongeBob SquarePants and My Little Pony are linked together.
See, that might actually be a thing because the animators might actually have like some shared.
They might actually have some like I don't know, whatever. They're both demented and creepy. But anyway,
See, My Little Ponies are creepy.
I really do.
You're not a Brody.
No, I'm
You're
not.
not a Brody.
No, I'm not.
Are you
not
a
not at
brony?
all. Are you a bro?
No, but I have watched all of it.
Yeah, me too. I watched it.
Yeah,
But see, I watched it because I traded. Like, I'm like, okay, dude, you have to watch this amazing anime called Toriko. And he's like, fine, I'll watch this if you watch My Little Pony. I'm like,
so
fine.
Shriggs.
It's a good kids cartoon.
Shriggs.
There you go.
We
I
have
mean,
we have to
that's it.
find 2 new co-hosts. So we have spots of it of open for 2 new co-hosts here.
You're
Yeah.
leaving us, Baz? Why?
No,
Really, yeah, like,
I turned it.
well,
Yeah.
we need to find 2 new co-hosts.
Oh my gosh.
People who apparently like lore.
See, I
Like,
like
I think-
lore, but I don't
No,
like.
I like Data better, to be honest.
Mhm.
Random TNG reference.
Okay, so Thundaga obviously has the brain of like Jesus, and he can remember everything. I apparently don't.
What?
My partner is fairly good with memory, and she will help me out with the lore thing when it comes to some of this, because we're both going to read all the quests for all the things and do all the stuff. So when this launches, there will be a lot larger of a lore section for this. I've been purposely not doing this just because I wanna enjoy the game when it comes out.
Yeah, that's fair.
mean, like,
No. Sorry, but
Yeah?
I'm gonna say something pertinent to the actual discussion. I'm sorry. I have to break.
Okay,
like,
so
character here.
getting back on topic.
No, like that's what I'm doing. Shut up.
I know,
So-
but I'm asking
No,
you,
no,
what is
no.
your playstyle when it comes to lore?
What? That's not pertinent to what we were talking about.
Yes,
Well,
it
wait,
is.
say what he wants to say.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's just
Hey.
No, but like, okay, in this game's
Hush.
lore, there's been quite a bit of hype around it because of
Yes.
the videos they've been doing. WildStar has an entire section in their dev team specifically that manipulate models, create effects, and make cool little videos. And those characters in the game are very important because they really kind of give you a sense of immersion in the world. And that's something I haven't really felt really strongly about since World of Warcraft, the originals.
Yeah, no, I would 100% agree with that. They're like, you run across the primary characters that they've had in the dev speaks and in the videos. Like, there's that video with the Mikari that's teaching them all about the different paths, and she's in the game. Like, you can meet her. So
My favorite so far is Torek Antivian, who isn't in the videos, but he's a very strong. He's a lore character you meet almost right away, as the Dominion side. And he's kind of like this Sword Saint War General guy who's just he's a very believable character. Like many of their characters are very some of them are kind of out there, but some of them are just very well done. I like that.
the comedy is definitely prevalent.
Yeah,
to the
no,
thing.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of neat because they use the quest text to explain what's going on.
Ugh,
But
reading.
They use an audio a voiceover, which is a lot shorter, more like a sentence or a phrase, and that phrase is to denote the tone of the text, and it's actually quite amusing because when you read the text, it could mean a lot or have a lot of different connotations towards that, but when you hear what they say and how they say it, you instantly put well, this is how this guy feels about this. And it has a lot different of a feeling towards how you're reading and interacting with quests. Some people feel urgency. You're like, yes, I need to get this done because this guy needs my help. This other guy, you're just like, he's not. He's in it for the money. He's in it for the money.
Yeah. Oh, so Thundaga, how does lore affect your style of play when you are leveling and then when you get to end game?
Well, I hate grinding. That's the first thing I'll note about the biggest flaws in MMOs, is my opinion, is the fact you have to grind for about 2 or 3 weeks usually, especially if you're new to the game,
Right.
to get to the max level, to get to the content you actually want to do. But in this game, for quite a bit of that grinding experience, there was cool enough things going on lore-wise in the quests that I was interested and didn't really feel the kind of bite of leveling.
Right.
Especially my favorite actually was all when you meet the Protostar Corporation.
Oh,
I
gosh,
love
yes.
them. They're hilarious.
They're just amazing.
They're pretty fun. Their first quest is you going through documentation and forms. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've never enjoyed that quite so much in any situation as I did there.
There's a lot of question quests with them too, where they ask you things and you have to answer the right question.
Those are hilarious.
And they're hilarious. They're the answers that you have to give are just awesome.
So
And,
my favorite
Striggs,
one.
yes.
Yes. The favorite one is when they ask you a question. If you succeed at failing, what have you done?
Yeah, that was a good
Failed
one.
at succeeding.
Yeah.
Or fail seating.
Yes. Yeah. My favorite quest of theirs is when we have to go around and fire a bunch of their employees.
Yeah. That
I was
pretty
like,
awesome.
that's amazing. I feel so special. There's wait, They're like,
They
what?
say some pretty awful stuff
They
when
do.
you fire them.
Dude, it's so funny. The humor of Carbine is just phenomenal. It's amazing. I mean, like if you've seen any of their vines or anything on their Twitter, they just constantly rag on each other. It's
They're all
wonderful.
a bunch of goofs.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So Hank here
I
wants
love
to know if there's enough press that has been involved, and I gotta say enough of the gaming community is being involved to get them on the right channels for like people who like MMOs. If they're trying to hook people like ESO is, where they're trying to hook like anyone who plays that kind of genre or that similar kind of game, whether it's an MMO or not, I would say that they could have done better, but I don't think they want those kind of people. They want people who enjoy MMOs and enjoy the MMO experience. I mean, it's a very World of Warcraft style questing experience. It's not, you're not going to get in the game and feel like it's innovative. It's got a lot of things where they innovate on already done methods.
It's innovative.
It's a little bit
that I like in
different.
WoW are accentuated.
Yeah, accentuated. They're just a little bit better or tweaked a little bit different. The things I wanted Guild Wars to do, WildStar does better. But I think,
or just does, period.
I think they did what they needed to do, and it's going to launch fine. I expect the first little bit to get 1 million people into the game, and I expect after that to probably reach about 3 million, like Guild Wars 2 did. And this is being recorded, so you can troll me later if it doesn't work out. But I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to get.
I mean, the biggest thing in the game so far, the biggest draw is that it's new. It's not the same old crap over and over and over.
But,
hold on.
But it is the same old crap.
In some ways, though,
I'm getting to there. Let me finish. And unlike Guild Wars 2, where they tried to completely reinvent the wheel and said, screw everybody else's opinions, we're right, we're going to do whatever we want to just because we're ArenaNet. That doesn't work. What Carbine basically said is like, okay, what works, what doesn't work, and what hasn't been tried yet. And then they basically just mushed those all together, put them into an MMO machine, and was like, WildStar. So the amount of care that they've actually taken to make the game better from the original molds that they've plucked the instruments out of, I think really speaks volumes to their dedication and their actual care for the game itself. Like you have Blizzard that's like, okay, yeah, we'll change a couple things every once in a while, but we're
only to the casual community.
Well, not only that, it's just like all their games, like StarCraft's, like we've had this discussion before, like me and Tyremus, like the StarCraft is good, but it could be a whole lot better. They're just not really doing anything because they have so much money flowing in. They're satisfied. They're satisfied with it.
It's almost like they don't care enough because it's not making enough money or it's not as much or what.
Well, it's actually funny. StarCraft and Warcraft, World of Warcraft, are actually very big moneymakers for them because what they've done with StarCraft is they've taken the esports scene, said, hey, you can only do it this way because it's our game. You have to follow these rules, and everyone has to, all this stupid political BS. And they basically taken control of the scene and made it worse because when it was community ran, it was just a lot better. Just because, the community cares more than the actual developers at this point. And same with World of Warcraft. I mean, if you look, like the differences between Kata and Mists of Pandaria, obviously Kata was like the worst part of World of Warcraft in existence. No one liked it. It was terrible, reused content. You got to fight Deathwing's toe fungus, for goodness sake. I mean, it was stupid. So
he is a dragon, I suppose.
He is a dragon, but
it felt very Dark Soulsy, really.
Just stop with the Dark Souls. So then you have
best MMO out to date.
Then you have Mist of Pandaria, which got a little bit better. They were starting to ramp up the content a little bit better, and from what I've heard that people still play it, it's actually pretty decent. Like I
bought Pandaria on whatchamacallit, their Black Friday $10 deal. I played the opening. Like Panda stuff, and it was okay.
Well,
I had fun. It was a fine class and stuff. And then,
to be fair,
after I got into the normal world again, I was like, I don't want to do it. I logged into my level 85 or whatever.
You're like, yeah.
I logged in my Pally and I went over to the Pandaria like later zones, and it was so grindy. I quit. I lasted 3 weeks.
Oh, you'll be fine now though, because you can just go up to level 90. Because they've just
No, but,
finally, they
it-
finally acknowledged their current game is just not good enough.
And then you have to get to 95.
Mm-mm.
And you want to know what's funny?
No, 100. It's 100 now.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
yeah.
God.
Well, to be fair, Ghostcrawler is no longer part of the game, so it's not going to suck anymore. So,
You don't like Ghostcrawler?
dude, that guy was a complete arrogant boob.
Oh, sorry. I was like, if you go throughout the whole video, by the way, you can see me air quoting every time Baz says something that's just like ridiculous.
Shut up. Just be quiet. Anyway, as I was saying, so we have Blizzard on one end who kind of changes things, and then we have ArenaNet on the other end, who just doesn't do anything at all because they're stubborn, and the community's like, no, what are you doing? Stop! You're making it worse. Well, you're doing what?
Charlotte's finally dead.
Oh, yeah. Thank God
It
for
took
that.
him a while.
What? And all you had to do was press F. It was a poorly made cutscene, and you walked up to her and you hit F, and she died.
Like,
It was
Scarlet,
Really? That's
your
just so much
end is
general, though.
not.
it was just like what? It was not to mention the story from all of last year took 2 days with two people in one room, and my mind is literally
they never
just
should've let people
cannot
learn about
comprehend the lack of. I don't know. Like their ego is too massive. Like maybe only two people were able to fit in that room. It's
Wasn't
awful.
for 'em.
It was
They were
just,
like blimps, man.
my mind just cannot comprehend their decisions that they make with that game because it could have been something so cool. I mean, I worked with them for almost a year. I was just like, what are you people doing? Stop. And so then we have Carbine, which is directly in the middle, who not only, I mean, first of all, they actually listen to their community. They respond to Twitter. They are very active on Reddit. All their stuff that has been changed has been directly because of community feedback. I mean, I don't understand the level of arrogance that developers have these days. They're like, we don't need to do anything. The community doesn't know anything. Blah, 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 blah. It's just like, no, you don't understand. The games that succeed and that are actually decent and good are the ones that the community have fought for and actually presented good, decent feedback, and the developers listen, which is why their slogan is "the devs are listening," and that is
My
completely.
favorite line is, "You're not a game designer."
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it's.
Well, do you even play your game?
I mean, yeah, it's just like okay, like some of the decisions that like Blizzard and ArenaNet makes. Now, I'm using those two as an example because they're the two big MMOs out right now. Obviously, World of Warcraft has been the top MMO for years. Guild Wars 2
No, that's
is
Eve.
Eve. that game's only relevant when 90,000 people die and spend $1 billion on it. I mean, it's just
Yeah, that's awesome.
Every now and then.
every now and then it's a cool game, but after that, I mean, it's just the whole care that they have taken, and this actually ties back into lore, by the way, kind of like a circle rant there. The whole passion that they have taken about their game and said, okay, here's our lore. This is how it is. How can we improve it? And the community has literally given feedback on this lore, and they said, oh, okay, that actually makes sense. We'll change that. We'll change this. Maybe we should add this. That actually sounds like a great idea. Okay, this doesn't actually work. It's and you know, this topic gets me really fired up, obviously, because I hate it when developers do not listen to the community that literally has more playtime than they do, knows the game better than they do, and understands how the game actually works, and they know how to break it better than the developers do. Why do you think that Carbine was so insistent on getting players into the beta for beta testing? Because they know
want
that
to make money.
well, obviously every company wants to make money, but they know that you're so good at derailing me. I just love that. Love that. Will, thank you. They're so good at taking feedback and legitimately caring about it, and I think that that is why this game, lore wise, has really kind of grabbed me in a way that no other game has grabbed me as far as lore is concerned in a while. I think like again, I'm not a lore guy at all. Like I could care less. Let me get to 50. Let me get to the end game crap and just raid and PvP. But the lore itself is actually really, really well done because you have essentially the rebels and the Empire. I mean, it's literally Star Wars, but exactly. I mean, that's how I feel. I'm like, this is cool. I feel like the same person when I played Star Wars for the first time, or like just watched it, started reading about it. It was that this is really cool. This is like a really really inventive kind of way to tell a story. So
It's a good sign that from the very first moments that you play a game, you're excited to see how it's going to end.
yeah, exactly. Very
And
very good
that's
point.
totally what WildStar
Yes.
does on either faction. Both of them have amazing starts.
I
And,
would
like,
100% agree.
Even though like some of the middle parts are a little bit kind of like every now and then it gets a little bit tiring. Every now and again, sure, it's not the perfect game, but the majority of content is great.
It's perfect. And it's funny that you guys were talking about NCSoft and Carbine. I mean, obviously, NCSoft is the publisher, and they're not known for literally anything good. I mean, they're basically SOE. They're just
they're known for really bad things.
they are. I mean, there's not a good company. They're known for developing horrible games. They're known for awful customer support.
They're known for a lot of free-to-play stuff.
Yeah, and free-to-play stuff that frankly is just terrible system. But Carbine, I think
not totally true. I mean, like, LoL
Name-
does
n-
it right.
name one game that actually is good that they
League
have.
of Legends.
I
Oh
enjoyed,
no,
That's
they
not
have?
NCSoft.
Oh yeah.
That's not
NCSoft.
NC.
I
Sucks,
enjoyed
but-
X Teal. I'll be honest, it was a fun game.
What the heck is X Teal?
That was a game where you played a mech and you went around and fought other
Oh,
mechs.
I remember that game. That game was actually kind of fun. Yeah.
That was like one of the only decent games they ever had. But like Tabula Rasa wasn't terribly great. Some of the other like major titles they have,
Oh,
like Lineage.
Tabula Rasa, I remember that. Frick.
See, like we're going deep here, like far into the back histories of the MMO community, because that's where NCSoft exists. Because they were like the little company that couldn't in the MMO scene at that time.
Where do they get all their money from? Like, I mean, they obviously.
Because those were actually profitable
Microtransactions.
models.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
fair.
This is before League of Legends. League of
Yeah.
Legends got the idea from NCSoft, pretty much.
Well, Soul81 actually brings up a good point. Is the tutorial area is actually a little bit tedious, which I completely agree with in the game WildStar, especially on the Dominion side.
They make it both sides. They make you do this tutorial twice.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair though, like once you like get ready to play your character though, it's very short. It's only like 20 minutes, really.
But I mean, to kind of counteract that, Soul, the way they do the tutorial, I felt like I knew the game very very well after I was done with it. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, the telegraphs that they introduce you to first are extremely slow, and you're like the first time I saw this, I was like, okay, obviously. Rule 101 of raiding: don't stand in red, don't stand in the fire. So you got out of it. But as it progressed, they give you more to deal with, and you have to go, okay, I'm starting to get this. I'm starting to be able to combine certain things. Plus, they throw lore in there and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of how lore really kind of intermingles with the game. I mean, obviously, we went way off topic there, but hey, that's fine. But I mean, as far as lore goes, it sounds like we all enjoy it, but just on a completely different level. Me and Shriggs, we rush to 50, then we get into the lore. And we got Thundaga and Tyrimus who kind of follow the lore pretty much.
You lock yourself out of all that content
What content?
when you complete quests.
I don't care. I just want to get to 50.
Oh man.
I mean, like my first character, I'll just rush to 50. My second character, I'll usually take time, mainly because I hate leveling, but
Like-
whatever.
I can pay attention to on level.
Yeah.
The quest text is actually very, very short.
Speaking of level 50, it's quite amusing watching this PvP.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so
I gotta say, there's a lot of choices for endgame PvP too.
yeah, there are. Yeah. Okay, so onto our last topic is living in an MMO world. Now, I wasn't the one that actually brought up this topic. Shriggs, I think this was your topic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't understand the topic. Strix, would you like to take this?
Yeah, because you added that. I was like, okay, explain.
I didn't add this topic.
Who did?
What topic?
Are you sure you didn't do this bad?
No, is someone trolling me right now?
Wave. Wait, who wrote this?
I hate you people. You guys are terrible.
What are we talking about right
I
now?
swear, the only thing I wrote there was .hack sign.
I know. I thought you understood it. That's why I was like, oh, he gets it. All right,
Okay,
so
this
Well,
was- this
first
was
you
my-
gotta
this was
make
my
sure your
topic, guys.
headset's
okay,
okay.
This is my topic.
okay. I figured it was your topic. I'm just
Well,
like,
first you gotta make sure your headset doesn't suck your soul into the game, and if you're in a coma, you want to make sure you got a pillow so you can fall back on top of it.
First of all, Dot Hack Sign doesn't suck out your soul. It sucks out your brain memory.
yes.
Very
It's a great
scientific
anime,
game.
by the way. You guys should watch it. It's really good. anime.
Anyway, the topic's about how people kind of like exist in an MMO community. Like, for
Well, I have a
example,
house.
like having a house, having a persistent place to be. You know, I'm talking about when you're playing WoW and you're just hanging around Orgrimmar or Stormwind, or the places you go and like kind of like just be like, hey, dude, let's hang out. When you're
I just run
online.
around Darnassus in circles.
Yeah, see, that's
facilitates
what
that
this
a
is
lot.
about.
Who didn't?
And in WildStar, they've kind of they've done some weird things, to be honest. There's only 2 major cities for the most part. There's a couple smaller towns, but there's only the 2 major capital hubs. And honestly, you don't want to be there that often. You want to be like at your house or tooling around in some cool like PvP thing or
Yeah.
at a raid or something. Like your house is the place to be all of a sudden. And it's very customizable, and that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole social aspect is really a very vibrant thing that they've actually added. Mainly because they allow you to be very, very social while at the same time, yeah, you have your guild of X amount of people, but you can have your little circles of like 5, and you 5 can just hang out there. And if you don't want to listen to guild chat, you all 5 can just hang out in your little circle, or you guys can all go to the house and just kind of barbecue or whatever, or ride my Ferris wheel, which I had in the beta, which was so awesome. I hope I find that again.
Speaking about that, do we
Yes.
want to like start telling people
No,
about our plans?
Not yet.
No.
Nope.
All right.
Next week.
Okay.
Super secret next week.
The
Dun, dun, dun.
mystery.
Thursday. Find out. Super secret. I don't know. So
Well,
okay.
one of the
You'll
things that
fi-
we can say though is that we all love PvP to some extent. And
Yeah,
like,
no,
yeah.
I
you can,
really,
you can
I am not good at PvP at all, but I really enjoy PvP.
It's
Put me in
quite-
Eve,
quite
put
fun.
me,
Really
put
fun.
me in Eve Online, and I'm a lot better at PvP. Put me in this game, and I'm like, I don't know.
like, but what I wanted to say though is that you can duel your house.
Yeah,
and
you
you
can.
can build you can build like your house. The area you can build in is so customizable that you can scale objects extremely large. You can place them in any like kind of orientation you want.
Yeah.
You can stand on them, and you can build them like up into the sky, pretty high. It's fairly ridiculous how much space they give you.
Jumping puzzles definitely are.
That's
the thing.
all. Jumping puzzles and like skate parks are already like half the housing.
I want to make a huge giant jumping puzzle that just like goes up into the sky. That's my plan.
It's quite cool. Like you could,
Oh, God.
another one idea that I came up with that I proposed was that a guild could be all like, oh, here, let's make an alt and make everybody a neighbor to it and have free access, and then donate items to it, and you could build a guild hall like that.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
I think that's
realized
dope.
something. When the game launches, I won't have access to my sexy portrait anymore for my house.
You'll get another
I don't
one
know where I
fixed.
got that thing.
You'll get another one. Don't worry about it. You can buy it at the auction house if not.
Okay.
So, okay. As far as
No, our tunes don't carry over to through beta. They
No.
they wipe it the day before the head start.
Yeah.
3 days head start.
Yep.
It's gonna be good times. I'm excited. We got what like this weekend, and then 3 more beta weekends, and then head start, and we're go. It's gonna be a lot.
We're gonna do it live.
so okay. As far
I will be streaming
yes.
all weekend too if people are like interested in watching. Like, and I think Baz will be on there a lot streaming as well.
For the record, I've never actually dueled you yet, there, Thundaga.
You're too scared.
I haven't had the chance, and you're what level are you?
What?
36 right now.
Yeah, so you're 6 levels above me, and that gives you a.
So he doesn't
So
have to
just
mentor.
all he has to do is mentor you, yeah, and then you'll
Yeah.
drop.
Oh, that actually
you'll
works for
drop down to your
duels
level.
too.
I
Well,
imagine.
sort of. I mean, I'll still have access to my higher skills, I believe.
You'll have to be in the group,
Yeah,
though.
but it'll knock your
Your stats down, yeah.
your stats down, and it'll knock
You will
your,
need to be in the group though.
Yeah,
but it'll
so
also knock your spell points down, like the ones that you can spend on the spells. It knocks those down. Baz was kind of confused when he was dealing with that when we were in the dungeon.
well, yeah, because it doesn't work like the Guild Wars 2 grading system thingy. I don't remember what they called it, but all I knew when I first was like, Shrig's like, now mentoring you. I was like, okay, cool, that's exciting. Wait, what? You're the Hat Man, aren't you, Baz? What the heck does that mean? I don't. Whatever.
I'm the Hat Man, bitch.
Yeah.
No
Trigger
cussing.
is the hat
What is
guy.
wrong with you?
Oh, come on.
He's,
that's not a
he's
cuss
just
word.
calling someone a girl dog.
I have to edit that now for the podcast. Dang it! That's
Yeah,
more
you
work
edit
that I
that.
have to do.
Come on. No, you don't have to edit that out.
Fine. Okay, I won't. Yeah,
Don't
you,
have to
you're
edit
right.
that.
I won't. I
Hey,
probably
hey,
won't.
Tyrese dropped the F-bomb earlier. It's not
That
that
I
big of
do
a
have
deal.
to edit. That I do have to go and find and go beep. Oy vey.
But as you guys can see, though, we're a fairly competitive group, you know.
Oh yeah, we are. I mean, clearly I'm the best one at PvP. Then we have Thundaga. Then we have Triggs, and then we have Tyremus.
Sure you are. Oh my God.
Don't make me drop a BS back.
No, I'm not
B
good at
after A.
I'm not good at WildStar PvP at all. But yeah, I'm pretty.
He's still better than Baz.
Oh wow, that's hurtful.
Oh,
That's hurtful.
I didn't want to tell anyone.
That's-
but, like,
I do definitely have a lot more PvP experience right now. than
Well,
Baz.
yes,
you know
you
what, Baz?
do.
What, Baz? I'll just roll a warrior, and then I'll just out tank you.
Okay.
Oh.
That's, oh
It's not
well.
gonna be a problem.
No, roll a spell slinger. He can't beat those.
You know what I do when
Or
when
medic,
it's red on the
or
ground?
really
I
any class.
dodge. I dodge.
Roll another stalker.
Hey, you want to know what? I was dodging you, motherfracker.
Yeah, dodging into another telegraph.
Hey, you know what? At least I was
Oh,
attempting to
wait.
try.
No, we should do
Jesus,
this
that
though. We should
body mount,
stream some
dude.
duels this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked. We have to do a dungeon this weekend, and Christina's super down.
Yeah.
On top of that, I think we need to do some running around with some of these lobies that are gonna hang out with us.
You people in chat, if any of you guys want to run a dungeon, hit us up in the game.
Yeah, I mean, right now we are playing Dominion because that's where all of our characters are. We will be playing Exile on the game launch.
How did
People are
that
terrible.
Because the poll said so.
What poll?
You know what? Do you
Who did
pay
you- who
attention
did
to
you vote?
anything?
Yes.
It-
I will have to send my
I paid
condolences
attention
to
that
Mundo
we've
Zach.
switched sides 4 times now.
Quite literally. Well, that's because mainly most of the people that we are playing with are gonna want to roll
Want to
on
do
Exiles,
Exile.
so
Like,
deal with it.
It's all Tyremus' fault. He knows terrible people.
Well, actually, I have about 10 friends that also want to play Exiles.
You don't have friends, Baz. You're in the internet all the time.
I still have internet
You're right.
friends.
The internet
They
is
count,
frozen.
don't
Those
they?
aren't friends. They're imaginary.
Anyway, okay. So Shriggs,
Yeah.
as far as the living in an MMO world, as far as the social aspect is concerned, what are you most looking forward to in this game?
My house, man. It's like I got an MMO where I have more to do in it than run around the main city until a raid starts. I was like, yeah, this is great. I'm making my house. I'm putting portraits up. I got this beer sign tornado. It's great.
Okay. Also,
Wait, I have a question. I have a
Yes.
question real quick. So, can outside of arenas, can groups of people duel other groups of people? Because we've totally seen that, haven't we?
Between Dominion and Exile.
Yeah, actually, we have.
I mean, as far as like
No,
war
that
plots
was-
are
No, that
concerned,
was between Dominion and Exile.
I mean, as
so,
far as
yeah.
is
They
like if you're,
should add something where you can do that, though.
I think it'd be good to check, to be honest.
I mean, I don't think that other than war plots, I think that like if you're like faction versus faction, yeah, but I don't think there's any like super open world PvP.
Not
No,
like
it's not-
there's
there's no
no
overall
Gurabashi
objectives.
arena.
No,
Not yet.
you know what? You know what? That's actually a really good idea. I'm actually going to post that in the beta forums this week and say, hey, is there something that we can actually do for that? Because Gurabashi Arena, another really fun topic. I love that place. Mainly because it
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun watching people try and grab the medallion at like level 34. I'm like, I'm a max level rogue. I'm going to backstab him for like 4K. And sorry,
No,
buddy.
man. You pick Night Elf, you pick level 1, you go in there, you wait. And then once they're all extracted, you run in and grab it.
Yep.
No, you do this night elf, but you turn on your night elf stealth right next to the
Right.
box.
Exactly. But unfortunately, you can't do that anymore
No.
because they nerfed the crap out of that thing. So.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of ridiculous. I mean,
do you remember? Do you remember when,
Night Elf
when
had
Hunters?
stealth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
Night Elf
Hunters
like
get
100
steady shot
arena.
in stealth.
Like,
That's
what
so
are they, all
stupid.
rogues? No, it's a druid, a rogue, and a hunter. No, it's a hunter, a fucking warrior, and a
Stop
rogue.
cussing!
fuck?
No, no!
This is just how I feel when it comes to that.
Man,
Well, Baz is gonna edit it out anyway. I might as well edit it
No, no,
out.
no, no, Shrakes. No, 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 no.
Baz, it's okay. I'm sorry. I fucked up.
Dang it!
Oh,
I'm
shit,
sorry,
man.
everybody.
Uh,
I really hate you. That's one. That's
really, all we're doing is making work for Baz at this point.
yeah. I just don't. You guys are
When
awful.
when you mute it out, make it like chirping sounds.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay. So, Tyremus, your thoughts on living in an MMO world and the social aspect of this game?
Living in an MMO world and a social aspect of this game, like you just mean like how you socialize with people. I forgot. I mean, all I can hear is the cussing inside my brain. All your fault, Baz. All your fault. If you weren't, oh,
Sorry, answering Aurora's question because we're not supposed to swear. It'll give us a higher rating, and you know.
Well, I'm trying to keep it so everyone can watch it. It you know, like.
We're trying
You know what? I don't think 3-year-olds should be playing WildStar.
Well,
I'm gonna put my foot
Of course
down.
not. But it's not your.
watching our show.
It's not your job to teach kids that are 12 different naughty words. That's Faryar's
Yes,
job.
it is.
there are
This
only
is the
12.
internet. This is the only place they can learn naughty words.
There
Let's figure
are
this out.
only 12 because I have. Well, you must need to master the English language a little bit more.
Well,
Okay, so
I'm just going off my experience of Xbox Live. So.
Jeez. Fair enough. Okay, so living in an MMO world, like so we're talking about the social aspect, like that's it, like how we interact with people. Man,
Sure, why not?
I guess like
It's
I
not off
found.
time.
I found like the interface for doing all that and stuff like that is pretty good, but I found like they really designed this game for voice chat. Like they don't have voice chat, but you don't like your hands are on your controls a lot, and if you're playing, you don't really want to be
Right.
typing at
Well,
all.
This
I
is
mean-
in Molten Core where you're casting. It's like Shadow Bolt, Shadow Bolt.
Hey, guy,
Nah, man,
how are you
Shadow Bolts.
doing?
No, incinerate. Go to
But
sleep,
it's
son.
pretty.
This is vanilla. Vanilla.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, no, in that case, it's all like corruption, siphon light.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
what you're
was all a
doing.
bunch of like stupid dot rotation crap.
Let's go affliction, guys, and just run away from every
Dude,
battle.
a demonology lock tank, man. That's where it's at. that's where-
those are
Rules
fake,
there,
but
bro.
Afflictions were
Rules
just
there.
Anyway, okay, so Tyremus, go ahead.
I mean, like this is pretty much it. I mean, like I found that like it's really hard to use play the game and like type.
Hang on, they're asking for it.
Strix, go.
No, don't, no. ISP cannot handle that.
I will apologize in advance if too much orange goes on our screen. It shuts down Baz's internet.
We had four sources at one point, and it just crashed.
ISP's like, I can't handle it. No. Okay, so I can understand the whole too much typing, but in a raid/arena or just like group kind of event, you're not going to be using typing to begin with. Damn it, there's the hats.
Well,
Yeah, but that's just it. Like I found in other MMOs, like World of Warcraft, I don't have any problems typing in a raid situation.
Well, so
I mean,
far,
there's a lot of time.
Like I've seen full raid boss descriptions come out in chat.
I think
Yeah,
that there's
that's
a lot
a
of typing
problem.
going on if you're not part of the guild leadership, who's talking on like TeamSpeak or whatever event.
well, I mean, even back in the old vanilla WoW days of 40-man rating, like we still used Ventrilo back. Oh my gosh, we still
Yeah,
used
there you go,
Ventrilo.
Baz. I
Your
hope your
fault.
IP is ready for this.
We still use Ventrilo. I mean, for raids, like it was required to be in Ventrilo, and we only had the way we had the channel set up. It was me and my 3 other co-raid leaders that would divvy up tasks to all the. It was basically set up like a command system where all 5 people could relay information to me, and everyone else could talk in individually in their groups. But no one had free reign over the vent. It was just five or six people had complete vent control at all times. So, like, as far as that goes, I don't think that we're going to see a problem with that. But I mean, like, typing in WildStar, I haven't personally, I haven't found a problem yet. I mean,
I mean, like if it's a little bit, I just find like having full conversations is a little bit annoying in it.
You should make the hats go up and down so it looks like they're the ones talking.
What do you mean like this? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, yeah.
No, like
Okay.
take your hand up and then
Okay.
put one up and down. There you
Oh,
go.
like this. Hey
Yeah.
guys, we're talking about WIldStar today.
oh, that's amazing. I want to go home.
Well, I think we should end the show now.
That's probably a
Well,
good
we're,
idea.
we're actually right at the end.
Yeah, we are.
We should totally do the whole what we're doing next week and what we're doing in the future.
I thought we weren't supposed
okay.
to.
No,
But
no.
not-
Secret or not?
But not all of it, a little bit of it.
Okay, so next week we're gonna be launching our website. We're gonna be launching some really cool stuff that we have been in the works for a couple weeks now, and it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be something that no one is actually doing currently, and I think it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna do a lot of research for this weekend, and just kind of see how everything's gonna work. But next week's gonna be really awesome.
Yep. Next week is the week to watch, guys.
Next week
Yep,
is
check
the
us
week.
out.
to
You'll
watch.
pay for the whole site, but you'll only need the edge.
Did you
He just did that. He just did that.
Wow.
He just did that.
Shrigs, you're my hero.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So beyond that.
Anyway, yes.
We're gonna be on our own channel, right? Or we're gonna post. Or if we don't have our own channel by then, we're gonna be on Baz's channel, I imagine.
I'm not entirely sure yet. I haven't worked out the details.
Okay, so we may or may not be on our channel. So what you all should do is follow us on Twitter.
Well,
Yeah.
what we're gonna do it probably is sign on to both in some fashion.
Oh, yeah,
to direct people from this one to the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, because my ISP will like that.
Yes, it will. It'll
No,
like
yeah,
it. And
not at
it'll shut up and it will like it.
It'll be like, dear
Uh,
God,
Arms
kill
are
me.
losing blood.
You could put me as a guest hoster for next week, and I could host one, and you could host the other, and we could like shunt around in a circle.
So anyway,
Bleep that.
Anyway, guys, do follow us on Twitter. It is at officially10. Facebook is going to be at officially10 as well. Those may change next week. Could be within 2 weeks. We're still working out all the details and everything. So, obviously, we're still going to have podcasts and stuff, so that's not going to go away. But we've been talking about it internally, and this just seems like the right thing to do. So, again, I don't want to give out any more details than that because nothing has been finalized yet. But we'll just follow on Twitter and we'll inform you. But
Stuff's gonna happen, guys.
Yes.
Keep tuned.
stuff is going to happen. All right, so shout out to Carbine, shout out to the Talking Hat, shout out to my co-host Thundaga, Tyremus, and Shriggs as well. Shout out to the viewers, you guys are awesome. We have broken our record so far in live viewers, which is
I reckon
pretty
it was
sweet.
like 100 something, man.
It was like
Yeah,
over
but that-
9,000.
Yeah,
It's all
there
It's
was,
like
Fuck you.
120 or something.
We
there was
do
a
it all
key-
for
there was
you.
a key involved with that.
Yeah. It's our record without any like kind of
Yeah.
monetary or
Well,
product
some of these people
benefit.
remember the hat from the first show, so they're returning viewers.
Was it really in the first show? I thought it was the second.
It was the
Was
first
it?
show. It was the first show.
Huh.
Yeah, it was.
It was the first show.
Wow.
Because
It's been a while since that hat
Be-
showed
Did
up.
the first show involve all the hats?
yes, it did.
Yes.
It did.
When the
Ah,
first
The
hat-
second hat I had, second
Oh,
show
man.
had 2 hats.
Dave, we have to do hat day one
I
time.
know. Maybe next week will be hat day.
That-
Kind of like celebrate.
That means I have to find a
I
hat.
can turn these
All right.
headphones up and put it in. You told me that you did not do hats. You only
I
did
don't
one.
do hats, but you know what? If we're all going to do hats next week, then I have to find a stupid hat.
Well, go find a llama. I hear they have hats.
I hate you guys.
It's-
That's a
it's-
good.
you
That's
should
a
just
great
change
clip,
the name
though.
to troll Baz for an hour and a half.
Seriously, that's all you guys do. I hate you guys.
Oh,
All right, guys.
I love those cartoons.
I love anyway. All right, guys. I do appreciate the viewers, and I do appreciate you guys' continued support. We really do appreciate it. Stay tuned for next week, guys. A lot of things coming, a lot of cool stuff going on. From all my hosts to you guys, God bless, and have a great week. Enjoy beta. We are all going to be doing some really fun stuff. So,
yeah, watch out for our Twitter on
Yeah.
live. If you guys are interested in hanging out with us online with WIldStar and you have access to the beta this weekend, like send us some info on Twitter. On any
Dang it!
Twitter, on our official page.
Yes.
Read the chat. Just read it. Oh my god.
Oh, well, I got trolled my
Oh,
final time.
man.
Good night,
Taking a
everyone.
picture.
Take care,
Okay.
everybody.
Sorry.
Goodbye.
I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry.
I hate you guys. Bye, guys.